Today, I'm going to show you how to set up Zoom meetings for each of your Canvas groups. It's going to take a little bit of setup at the beginning for you, but once it's ready to go, your students can just hop on together and meet. Let's get into it. I've already taken the time to set up my groups. You can see them all laid out here inside of People. Now I'm going to go over to Zoom. So inside Zoom, you've already seen that I've created one for my math group already. You'll need to create one of these Zoom meetings for each and every one of your groups. So I had 6 groups. I need to do this 5 more times and send it out to them. I'm going to show you how to do that now. The first step to setting up your Zoom group meeting is schedule a new meeting in the upper right-hand corner by clicking on the blue button. Then you would name it, probably name it according to the group. So if it's the math group, call it the math meeting. If it's the science group, science meeting, etc. The real thing you need to care about is down here in the time, you want to check the box to make it a recurring meeting. And then for the recurrence, instead of daily, set it to no fixed time. Again, so I've made it a recurring meeting and it recurs at no fixed time. Essentially, this just creates a meeting that runs all the time. And then it's up to the students to organize amongst themselves to when they're going to hop on together. Scrolling down, I do recommend that you use a passcode that just keeps some outsiders from getting in. And then near the bottom in the meeting options, you want to make sure that you do have the box checked to enable join before host. That's an important one. Technically, the teacher is the host of all these meetings, and you don't want to have to be there all of the time. So if you check this box, that means that you don't have to be there. The students can just hop on, run their meeting, and leave, and you didn't have to be a part of it. You're being a part of it now by just setting it up. Then we'll hit save at the bottom, and it should give us our invitation details. And then on the way right, kind of hiding over there, you need to click on copy meeting invitation. And we'll just select all this information and copy the meeting invitation. We're going to send this out to our group now. So there's 2 ways we can send out this invitation to our groups. We can do it in an announcement or we can do it in Canvas inbox. I'm going to show you the Canvas inbox option first, and then I'll show you the announcement method. We'll head over to the Canvas inbox way on the left-hand side, and then we'll compose a new message by clicking on the pencil icon in the upper right. First, you need to select the course that you're targeting here. Mine's in my sandbox. And then in the 2, we get some options. So we can send it to specific people or to groups of people. If you're using student groups, it'll actually give you that option there. So I'll click on student groups, and it's going to load the groups that I've created. In this case, I'm going to click on my math group. And then I could send it to individual students within that math group, or I can send it to all the people in the math group. And that's what I actually want to do. Click on that. You could put in your subject matter. That's good practice, but just for the sake of time, we'll just paste in that Zoom invitation that we copied before right in there. This will get sent only to the students in the math group, and you'll send. Okay. The second method to send out these Zoom invitations is through announcements, but it's not a direct path. So instead of going here, we're actually going to go to People. So we're going to click on the People tool in the left-hand panel, go to your groups, and then you want to find the group that you're targeting. Again, I'm going to go to my math group because they're my only group with actual students in it. And we'll click the 3 dots for the math group and then visit the home page. So every group has their own home page that you could maintain for them if you really want to get into this group thing. But for now, we're just going to do an add announcement. So up in the upper right-hand corner, I just have add announcement right away. And this is only going to go to this math group. Okay, again, we'd give it a title, and again, we would just paste in that Zoom invitation that we got before. So which method should you use, inbox or announcements? It really just comes down to personal preference. If you've already established a standard that you communicate through Canvas inbox, then keep using that method. If you've already set the expectation that you're using announcements, keep using announcements. It's just whatever makes sense to you as the professor and the expectation you're trying to keep throughout your class, go with that. So there are a lot of steps to get this set up, and you would need to repeat them for each and every group. So for the math group, I made sure they had a group created in Canvas. I set up a Zoom meeting. I copied their invitation, and then I sent the math group their Zoom invitation. And I have to repeat all four of those steps again for the science group and the PE group. It's a lot of steps, but once you get them all going, the whole Zoom meeting thing should run itself without a lot of maintenance from you as the instructor. And then you could drop in and out of those meetings as you wish, but you do not need to enter those meetings at all, as long as we've used the correct settings.